सबको धन्यवाद. So I will be speaking in English, and Dr. Vipan will, translate because my Hindi is not that good. So first, I welcome all of you to Hnlu campus for this press conference for the seventh convocation, which we are planning on 17th December. I don't know how many of you have been in the campus before. Some would have come, some, maybe many of you coming new. I'm quite happy after this. You want to take a small round. Dr. Vipan can even arrange some small round after the press conference. And you all know that this university, named after Honorable Justice M. Hidayatullah, who had roots in Raipur and who was practicing in Nagpur those days. The courts, the British time, it was Nagpur area which he was doing, and he was a very successful lawyer. Then elevated to High Court and then to Supreme Court, and also later became an elected vice president of this country. And interestingly, he was also holding two times as in president in charge when there was a office, means vacancy which arose out of certain demise. He was holding it. So he's truly a person who has held the position as elected legislature, right, and executive position, and also judiciary, and he was served as the Chief Justice of India. So on his name, this university has been formed. And interestingly and coincidentally, the seventh convocation to be held on 17th December happens to be the 118th birthday of Justice M. Hidayatullah. Right? That is the occasion. So this convocation this year will see Honorable Justice Aniruddha Bose from Supreme Court, who is the visitor also this school. He will be the chief guest to deliver the address. Also, Honorable Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra, whom you all know, elevated from Chhattisgarh to Andhra Pradesh and then to Supreme Court, will be a guest of honor. Also, we have the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister who took over 2 days back, Sir Arun Saul. He is also going to be another guest of honor in the program. Apart from that, we'll have judges from the High Court, especially the Chancellor and the Chief Justice of the High Court of Chhattisgarh, Mr. Justice Ramesh Sinha. As a Chancellor, he will give the oath to the graduating students and will be conferring the degrees. Apart from him, we have Justice Sanjay K. Agarwal, a member of the council and also judge of the High Court of Chhattisgarh, will be participating. Also, we have Justice P. Sam Koshi, who was originally with Chhattisgarh and elevated or moved to Telangana High Court. He is also coming all over here to attend this particular program. We also have another council member, Justice Goda Raghuram, who was a former director of National Judicial Academy and also a judge in the United Andhra Pradesh earlier. He will also be participating. Apart from that, we have a galaxy of very important academic vice chancellors who have done a lot to legal education, starting with Professor Ranveer Singh, who worked 10 years in Nalsar, Hyderabad, 10 years in Hnlu, Delhi. He is attending. Professor Paramjit Singh Jaswal, who is a member, currently Vice Chancellor of SRM in Sonepat, is attending. And then apart from that, Professor Venkat Rao, who is the Vice Chancellor currently of the India International University of Legal Research in Goa, run by Bar Council of India. He is also attending. And then we have Professor Nishtha Jaswal. She is the Vice Chancellor of Himachal Pradesh National Law University in Shimla. She is also attending this particular thing. And also Professor Shanta Kumar, who is the director of the Gujarat National Law University in Ahmedabad, originally a founding member of Hnlu as a faculty. He is also coming and attending. So we have a galaxy of vice chancellors, and Professor Vijendra Kumar, who is a vice chancellor from Maharashtra National University, Nagpur. So across the country, people are coming, connecting with Hnlu to celebrate the graduates. And the details are given to you in the press release. Also, I have requested Ms. Sangeeta to send a soft copy, right? So that it's easy for you to, put your story or whatever. As you can see, it's about 150 students who are eligible to get the BA LLB honors, out of which 110 are coming in person from different parts of the country. That shows the affinity what the students have with the Hnlu. All of them coming, all of them are busy now, right? They are practicing and they are working in other places. They are coming, and then we had 90 students, the record 90 students of LLM, and in that 57 are coming in person to take, which is, in our opinion, in the recent years, the number of people who want to come and take in person is increasing. Shows the kind of bonding what the university is having. Apart from that, there were four PhD scholars who will be awarded PhD. We understand three of them are coming in person, one in absentia will be taking. And all the other members I've told, apart from this degree awarding ceremony, we also have celebrating excellence and achievements. That is 36 gold medals, 12 UG and 2 PG students will be sharing this 36 gold medals instituted by many philanthropists, for to celebrate achievers. This is the about the convocation. If I spend few minutes, what could be the highlight of this academic year is at least three major things. One is a distinguished juris professor program, which means people who have achieved in lawyering, in judiciary, in academia to come stay with HNLU short term, one it may be 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week or a month also. They will be invited here at our cost. They will stay, interact with faculty, interact with students, and if there is public engagement in the city, they will do that also. And we floated this distinguished professor, we call DJP, and invited, and we are very happy to tell former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Deepak Misra, one of the person who delivered many judgments, he has accepted to be a DJP. That he retired in 2018, and another former Chief Justice of India, Mr. U Lalit, right, an acclaimed lawyer who became a judge later, he retired very recently. He means from Justice U Lalit only, Mr. Justice Chandrachud took over. So Mr. U Lalit also has accepted to be our distinguished juris professor, to name two top people. Apart from that, we had former Supreme Court Judge Justice Deepak Gupta, former Supreme Court Judge Mr. M.R. Shah, who retired recently, have accepted, and then a galaxy of other judges, including our former Chief Justice of Chhattisgarh, Justice Arup Kumar Goswami, who retired, and Justice Sinha took over. He has also agreed to be part of this. And we have a string of lawyers, eminent lawyers. One is our Attorney General, Mr. Venkat Ramani, who is now representing government. He is accepted to be a professor here. And then Mr. Abhishek Manu Singh, you all know, Rajya Sabha MP and the senior counsel. He has accepted. From Bilaspur, Mr. Kishore Badri, who has accepted to be a professor down here, and former Advocate General Mr. Verma, who resigned recently after the election, he is another member who is accepted. Among the faculty, we have academic people. One of the foremost celebrated professor of our times, Professor Upendra Bakshi, former Delhi University Vice Chancellor and a well-known voice, independent voice. He has accepted to be our distinguished juris professor, and there are quite a lot of senior lawyers from Hyderabad, from Chennai, from Delhi, all have accepted. So we are drawing a lot of plans from January. Many of them will be visiting here, and the students will immensely benefit because of their experience of how they handle theory to practice. How do they do from a classroom to a courtroom? So this will be we consider that as a well-crafted program. We took 6 months to develop it, and then importantly, all these people accepting shows the standing of HNLU among the legal fraternity. They think we are a serious law school doing a good work. They have accepted. The second one I will tell you is we launched in the month of March, April, a very umbrella research organization. We call it as RHAS. R is research, H means hub, and S means spoke. Hub and spoke, like your cycle wheel. You got a hub in the center and you have spokes, right? That's how the wheel moves. The hub is a particular area of research. Spokes is specialized center. So we have five hubs: School of Law and Technology, and then another is School of Law and Public Policy. Third is School of Law and Governance. Fourth is School of Law and Business. And the final one is School of Law and Humanities. So five hubs. Each hub will have five center. So 5 into 5, 25 centers. Each one is specialized. For example, in technology, one will be dealing with artificial intelligence. Another one will be dealing with intellectual property, right? Another one will be dealing with competition law. So you have like that, everything will have five important centers. You can find it in the website RHAS. And this we have covered almost traditional and modern legal things, what is happening in the world. And what is the purpose? Each one will be headed, center will be headed by an assistant professor, and schools will be headed by associate or professors. This is the structure. What they will do research, they will do publication, small monographs or bigger books. They will try to get projects from center and state if they want to do something. And also, they will improve about what is the teaching inputs in the syllabus. And this is how we structured in April, May. We already placed the heads. Now, how the work has to move, we will be recruiting research associates. They can be LLB honors or LLM, as long as they have very good research aptitude. So they will be joining as research associate. We are really looking around two research associates in each center, which means 50 people we can recruit on a contract basis, because that is not a permanent position, because they will also work sometime and then they will go somewhere with that experience. So we will have research associates in place. All that requires in the beginning funds, right? Even though projects will come slowly, they will ask you, what is your experience? Like all of you go to a job. I'm sure many of you in media, when you apply for a first job, they will ask you, why should I take you? You may say, I have interest, enthusiasm. But they ask you, do you have an experience? Very difficult, right? Very difficult. You will say, give me job, I will have experience. They will tell you, you have experience, I will give you job. This is the first job, always the problem. After second, third, you have a biodata to tell what you are, how you are achieving. Similar problems universities face. When I applied to a central ministry or state, you are telling, everybody are telling, but what have you done? So I went and convinced my executive council and finance committee that I need to support each center for at least 3 years. Then they will develop, do things, they will have a book publication, they will have a project. Then they will be able to generate funds. So we have agreed, that's about 10-15 days back, outlay of 1.25 crores has been allotted to RHAS, which is in approximately translates 5 lakh rupees each center will get for 1 year. Second year, 5 lakh, third year, 5 lakhs. With that 5 lakhs, they will be given a guidance. They will do a online workshop. They will do a physical workshop. They will publish monograph, right? They will do interesting things. Many interesting things they can devise with the center head and the faculty associate. All the faculties have attached themselves. You can attach with 3 centers, not only one. So this is the only way we can have a targeted achievement in the next 3 years. Otherwise, research doesn't come just like that. It needs, most importantly, interest, dedication, most importantly, in today's world, funds. Without funds, no research comes out. In Western countries, there are a lot of money pumped in research. Currently, the NEP, higher education, everybody are thinking, right? And we want to do in our own level. So that is one second important. As I said, RHAS is going to, already they started many conferences. Without even much money, they were managing getting some funds, but this will give a very good scorecard within 1 or 2 years. And we will see HNLU becoming one of the prominent among the currently 26 national law schools are there in the country, from Meghalaya to Jammu to Tamil Nadu. So you will see HNLU will have a rightful standing of a good research output. What we do is for the entire country or even globally. So that is the second. Third one which I want was in Nalsar, Hyderabad. I was holding the chair for almost 10 years. But HNLU was not having any chair. And this time we pitched in for a chair showcasing what we have done. They allotted to us. We have even appointed a chair professor, a former deputy controller of patent office from Chennai. He has been appointed as a chair professor because he has experience in this area. And soon the activities will start. This will allow us to recruit research people funded by the government. It will give 3 full scholarship to PhD who want to pursue in intellectual property rights, patents, trademark, copyright, all this area. And also it will allow us money every year for next 5 years to purchase books, right? And also money for conducting workshops. This in a way is prestigious and what I call recognition that HNLU is a serious research player in the thing. We are teaching undergraduate, postgraduate. Research without that, you don't complete as a top school, in any ranking for that matter. So these 3 are the very, very important part, which I thought is the highlight. We are all proud here. And apart from that, our publications are there. We'll be releasing a new newsletter. I understand there was a newsletter a few years back and then stopped for some reason. We have revamped. It is called HNLU Gazette. You all know Gazette means official. So HNLU Gazette will be released on that particular day. That is the one other event after the gold medal. So this is how we have to tell. As far as this year, we were already ranked 5th among the national law universities in the country by India Today, which is more popular ranking, I would call it. They have ranked us as 5th. And then we used to be ranked by a world university, in research and innovation from South Korea. Out of 100, they ranked us 50 in terms of how do we manage with limited resources and many things they have done. And we also received a couple of awards, which we'll be announcing, that we received the Best Human Resource Management Award from the Times Group called Times Accent. And then we also received from Business World as the Emerging Higher Education University. All this happened in last few months, what has happened. And even I was listed in the Forbes magazine power list of 2022 people who have contributed to law. That is a personal thing which they gave me. Union Law Minister felicitated all the awardees in Delhi. These are all some of the things which I want to explain to you about HNLU. So as a closing remark, I would say that we have always had an extraordinary, what I call as coverage about HNLU activities, many of the press. That was a big encouraging thing for us to tell the good work what we have done to the world, and also encourages a lot of people to choose HNLU because all are competing. Many schools are competing. So HNLU is chosen, and you all know HNLU has students from 24 states from the country. And in fact, we have faculty from 16 states. So you can call it this particular place truly vibrant India as far as students are faculty with the tag national, Hidayatullah National Law University. So it is truly national in terms of the spirit of different people coming together and then sharing their experience, etc. So we have been what I call as thankful to the press always for putting it. The press has few issues which there are problems. We are quite happy to address as academicians. We need feedback from outside, whether it's good or not so good, generally speaking. So this is I appreciate that, and I had my own media career for a long time. In between, when I came, I was teaching, and then went to media for 4 or 5 years. I was the bureau chief of South for a popular stock magazine. I was the editor for a magazine circulated in Europe, all that. So to an extent, I know little bit of media, but I'm a very old school of media. The new school of media is very flashy and fast and viral, they call it. Compared to that, we used to take 2 days to write a copy, and then it'll go to a sub editor, another editor, and then it'll come back again to do. But today, everybody are the moment they are speaking, you may be filing a story sitting in a press conference. That's the kind of media. But always we consider that media is the best part of any democracy, right? They say power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So what is the checkmate of power is media. How far successful is different. But so we are quite happy to host you today with us here. So I wound up my long English speech. I don't know the person who wants to do it in Hindi, how much difficult it is. I will leave it to Dr. Vipan Kumar, comes from Patiala, from Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law. He was serving 10 years, specializes in corporate law, and he's also a licensed solicitor in New South Wales. And his wife is also an academician teaching there. So he took over as in charge registrar because my earlier registrar has to move back to IIT Kharagpur after the Leon period is over. So he has taken over. And then I have with me on my right side Professor Yogendra Srivastav, formerly a director of a law school in Bhopal, but chose to come down and being a professor, controller of exam, and also dean, what you call as postgraduate studies. On the other extreme, I have Dr. Deepak Srivastav, almost 14 years with Hnlu now. He is a dean undergraduate studies, right? And he was formerly a acting registrar in knowing administration of Hnlu, and he is with us today. And on the extreme right, I have Dr. Avinash. He is also, I call them as war veterans of Hnlu because they are also 14 years here. I know little. I know from them how things to do, etc. So he heads the Dean of Humanities, the School of Humanities, I call it. Also, he is also the head of the Dean Student Welfare, which means all student welfare matters he personally handles. So they are all here, and I would ask Professor Vipan. I'm sure that they I understand Hindi when people speak, but I am not that fluent. I get hesitant and I make mistakes, too many, right? And I want 1, 2, 3 words may go wrong. It may have a different meaning altogether, right? So similarly, I know in many parts of we all know English, right? My carpenters know English, everybody knows English, but fluency is in our mother tongue always. So that context probably, I think they grasp whatever I said. From the facial expression, I can understand they knew whatever I am telling. But still,
yes, sir.
As Hindi heartland, you should tell few things in your thing, and then others can answer.
जैसे सबको ठीक लग रहा है, जैसे सबको ठीक लग रहा है। बस एक छोटी सी बात करना चाह रहा हूँ। एचएनएलयू फैमिली की ओर से सबसे पहले तो मैं सबको सादर आमंत्रित करता हूँ। 17 तारीख को जो हमारी कॉन्वोकेशन है मेफेयर में, आप सब लोग आइए। 3 से 5:30 बजे तक का कार्यक्रम है और उससे पहले लंच है, तो आप हमारे को लंच के लिए ज्वाइन करिए। 3 बजे कॉन्वोकेशन का प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट होगा और 5:30 बजे तक ये चलेगा। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो मैं आपको इनवाइट करना चाहता हूँ, और अगर आप चाहते हैं तो मैं कुछ एक चीजें संक्षिप्त में जो सर ने ऑलरेडी डिटेल में बता दी हैं उनको मैं पॉइंट्स को हाईलाइट कर देता हूँ। जी सर,
क्या वो पहली बार है कि
पहली बार हुआ है, और जहां तक मुझे पता है किसी भी और नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी में ही ऐसा नहीं हुआ। जी सर,
स्टार्ट होने वाला है।
हमारे जो सेंटर हैं वो एस्टेब्लिश हो चुके हैं, वो काम कर रहे हैं। बस जो फॉर्मल फंड्स हैं वो हमने अभी एलोकेट किया है, ये लास्ट मंथ का डेवलपमेंट है।
वो लॉन्च अप्रैल 15 वो लॉन्च किया, जस्टिस इमरान शाह और जस्टिस प्रशांत लॉन्च द प्रोग्राम। तो उसको फंडिंग को
यूनिवर्सिटी का अपना फंड है,
प्रोसीजर
उसी में
है।
से हम
सो फाइनली कन्विंस किया ये फंडिंग। लास्ट वीक दे गिव द ग्रीन सिग्नल that from the even any budget you have to allocate funds. So the university funds.
जी देखिए, तो अभी क्या होता है, सब नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटीज में या और यूनिवर्सिटीज में एक जैसे टीचर है या कोई और अध्यापक है, वो अपना सेंटर प्रपोज करता है, वो उसको चलाता है, और द मोमेंट वो इंस्टीट्यूट को छोड़ के जाता है वो सेंटर कोलैप्स कर जाता है। क्यों? क्योंकि पीछे बैक सपोर्ट कोई नहीं रहता। तो उस प्रॉब्लम को ओवरकम करने के लिए हमने क्या सोचा कि हम एक ऐसा सिस्टम बनाएंगे जो किसी एक व्यक्ति विशेष के रहने या जाने से कोलैप्स नहीं होगा। तो उस सिस्टम को बनाने के लिए जो सर का थॉट प्रोसेस था वो ये था कि हम 5 स्कूल और उनके नीचे 5-5 सेंटर बनाएंगे, और जो सारे हमारे अध्यापक हैं वो किसी ना किसी सेंटर के साथ अपने आप को एसोसिएट कर लेंगे, और इसको लिविंग फॉर्म देने के लिए हम कुछ रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स को और रिसर्चर्स को हायर करेंगे, जिससे कि फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा कि एक टीचर यहाँ से छोड़ के किसी और यूनिवर्सिटी में जा रहा है या कोई और यहाँ पे ज्वाइन कर रहा है। तो वो जो सेंटर है वो हमेशा चलता रहेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि वो यूनिवर्सिटी के फंड्स पे पनप रहा है, और उसमें जो व्यक्ति हैं वो ऑलरेडी हमने एम्प्लॉय किए हुए हैं एज रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स या रिसर्चर्स। तो ये सोच से हमने ये जो हब एंड स्पोक्स मॉडल है इसको एस्टेब्लिश किया। अब इसमें फाइनेंशियल जो ग्रांट था वो 2 तरह से आ सकता था, एक तो एक्सटर्नल और एक इंटरनल। एक्सटर्नल, जैसे सर ने बताया, मुश्किल क्या आती है जब भी हम एक्सटर्नल ग्रांट लेने के लिए बाहर जाते हैं तो आपको ये बोलते हैं कि आपका पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस क्या है, अब वो बताइए। तो वो ना तो हमारे पास एक्सपीरियंस रहता है, क्यों? क्योंकि हमने तो नया सेंटर बनाया है। वो उसके कारण वो एक विशियस सर्कल में हम फंस जाते हैं, ना तो उधर से पैसा आता है ना हम अपने सेंटर को खुद सपोर्ट कर पा रहे हैं। इस प्रॉब्लम को ओवरकम करने के लिए जो फाइनेंशियल फंडिंग है वो यूनिवर्सिटी ने 5 लाख रुपया पर सेंटर पंप इन कर दिया, और फाइनेंशियल कमेटी ने ऑलरेडी फाइनेंस कमेटी ने अप्रूव कर दिया है उसको। तो वो कुल मिला के 1.25 करोड़ रुपया बनता है यूनिवर्सिटी जो अपने फंड से देगी। ये एक तरह का सीड मनी है सब सेंटर्स के लिए। तो ये सीड मनी को यूटिलाइज करके सब सेंटर अपना जो रिसर्च वर्क है वो कैरी आउट कर सकते हैं। जब एक बार रिसर्च वर्क उन्होंने शुरू कर दिया फिर बाहर से ग्रांट आना शुरू हो जाएगा। जैसे आईपी सेंटर हमारा है वो लकी था कि उसको पहले बाहर से ग्रांट आ गई हमारी अंदर सपोर्ट से पहले, लेकिन बाकी 24 सेंटर इतने लकी नहीं है, तो वो शायद उनको किक स्टार्ट मिले हमारे फंड से। नहीं, वो हमारे अंदर ही यही यूनिवर्सिटी बिल्डिंग में ही रहेंगे। उसके लिए हमने एक जो प्लेस है वो ईयर मार्क कर दिया है। उस प्लेस में हम 5 स्कूल्स को एस्टेब्लिश करेंगे। उसमें जो स्कूल डायरेक्टर है और 2 टीचर्स उनके अलग से कैबिन रहेंगे, फिर वर्क स्टेशन रहेंगे जहां पे सब रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स या रिसर्चर्स है वो बैठ के अपना रिसर्च कर सकते हैं। और कुछ हम प्लेस एलोकेट करेंगे लाइब्रेरी में जहां पे हमारे ही जो एलएलएम स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो उन रिसर्च सेंटर्स के साथ काम कर रहे हैं वो अपना काम वहां से कर सकते हैं। मैम, बीच में पीएचडी का एडमिशन नहीं हुआ था कोविड के कारण भी, और जो टोटल हमारा स्ट्रेंथ है टीचर्स का वो कम था। पहले 2021 से पहले हम 27-28 टीचर्स, टोटल 29 टीचर्स के साथ पूरा सिस्टम चल रहा था। जब सर ने ज्वाइन किया तो अब हमने नंबर इंक्रीज कर दिया, 53 पे ले गए। अब वापस 44 पे आ गया, क्योंकि कुछ टीचर्स कुछ बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज के लिए, कुछ प्रमोशन के लिए बाहर जा चुके हैं। तो जितने टीचर्स हमारे पास रहते हैं उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हम पीएचडी जो वैकेंसीज है वो ओपन कर सकते हैं। तो टीचर्स का स्ट्रेंथ और जो पीएचडी वैकेंसी है वो आपस में स्ट्रांगली लिंक्ड है। इस कारण अब जो आने वाला टाइम होगा नेक्स्ट ईयर, नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट ईयर, अब आप एकदम से देखेंगे कि जो पीएचडी का टोटल डिग्री आ रहा है वो बढ़ रहा है, क्योंकि काफी टीचर्स हैं जो ज्वाइन कर गए। मैम देखिए, जब उर्वी जो बच्ची का नाम है, मैं खुद उसको पढ़ा रहा था कि मेरी स्टूडेंट थी, वो मेरी क्लास में थी। तो पहले तो अब जो रीजन आया कि वो एकेडमिक उसको प्रॉब्लम था या वो था, वो बिल्कुल गलत है, वो रीजन नहीं था। और जब तक अभी पुलिस की रिपोर्ट नहीं आती और वो कोर्ट में नहीं फाइल करते तब तक मैं इसके ऊपर कमेंट करना ठीक नहीं समझूंगा। लेकिन हाँ, ये मैं कंफर्म आपको बोल सकता हूँ ऑन रिकॉर्ड कि एकेडमिक रीजन नहीं था। क्यों? क्योंकि प्रीलिमिनरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन, उसके जो क्लोज फ्रेंड्स हैं, उन सब से जो हमें समझ आया वो ये रीजन नहीं था, कुछ और पर्सनल रीजन था, वो रिपोर्ट में आ जाएगा। नंबर 2, जो ऑनलाइन हमारा योर दोस्त है उसका हर महीने हम रिपोर्ट लेते हैं कि किन किन पैरामीटर्स के कारण बच्चों ने जो मनोचिकित्सक सपोर्ट लिया। और एक हमारे फुल टाइम कैंपस पे ही मनोचिकित्सक आते हैं, स्वाति मैम, उनसे भी हम रिपोर्ट लेते हैं कि किन किन पैरामीटर्स के कारण बच्चों ने उनको विजिट किया। तो उसमें हम फिर कैटेगरीज बनाई हुई हैं कि ये कैटेगरी है, वो कैटेगरी, ये कैटेगरी, कैटेगरी। तो अगर कभी भी, अभी तक कभी भी एकेडमिक रीजन नहीं आया या एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रीजन नहीं आया, जिस दिन भी ये आएगा उस दिन ऑफ कोर्स हम ऐसे स्टेप्स लेंगे जो इसको रिड्रेस करेंगे। अभी जो उनका मोस्टली ग्रीवेंस रहता है वो रहता है कि अपने करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स को लेकर, कि हमारा फ्यूचर में क्या करना है, हमें ये टेंशन हो रहा है। क्यों? क्योंकि 5 साल जब यहाँ से कर जाते हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ वैक्यूम पीरियड सबकी लाइफ में आएगा। जब वो नॉर्मल एक लाइफ में एंटर करेंगे उसके बीच में एक वैक्यूम पीरियड रहने वाला है। वो वैक्यूम पीरियड उनको डरावना लगता है। और मोस्टली जो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस है, मनोचिकित्सक चाहे ऑनलाइन है चाहे जो फिजिकल विजिट कर रहे हैं, उन दोनों में वो एक मेन रीजन है उनका करियर को लेकर। मैम एनईपी का जो इफेक्ट है लॉ स्कूल्स में वो थोड़ा कम है। तो जितना भी आ रहा है हम ऑलरेडी उससे काफी एडवांस्ड है। नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी होने के कारण हमारा जो पाठ्यक्रम है और जो हमारा सिस्टम है वो काफी ज्यादा एडवांस्ड है ऑलरेडी। यूजीसी और बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया को हम एक बेयर मिनिमम मानते हैं और हम उससे काफी ऊपर ऑलरेडी सिस्टम को अडॉप्ट किया हुआ है हमने। मैम हमने अपना बेंचमार्क सेट किया हुआ है और हम उसको फॉलो कर रहे हैं रेदर देन किसी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वो जो बेंचमार्क सेट कर रहे हैं हम उसको कहीं पीछे छोड़ आए हैं।
बात करी थी सीट बढ़ाने की, तो इस बार जो शुरू फ्लैट हो चुके हैं।
हाँ जी मैम, एलएलएम का था 60 से 90 कर दिया है, वो ऑलरेडी हो गया। और वो इस बार जो बच्चे पास आउट हो रहे हैं वो 90 के बैच से। हाँ जी हाँ जी, पहली बार पहला बैच है जो 90 वाला पास आउट हो रहा है। एलएलबी की मैम वो डिपेंड करता है बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया के अप्रूवल पे। अभी प्रस्ताव हमारा पेंडिंग है सर, वो अभी नहीं भेजा। बीएलएलबी का नहीं भेजा। एलएलएम 3 सेक्शंस 186। एलएलएम का हमारा भेजा था, हम वो अप्रूव हो गया, वो अब हमारी 90। ये मुझे भी एक बार देखना पड़ेगा। अराउंड आप देखिए 100
अराउंड मोर देन 2000 स्टूडेंट्स पास आउट होके जा चुके।
हाँ जी आप छत्तीसगढ़ जुडिशरी में ही देखेंगे तो मतलब मेजर चंक जो है वो
अराउंड 60 to 70 जजेस जो है
वो एचएनएलयू के पास आउट है। और आने वाले 10 साल में बेंच के उधर और इधर दोनों तरफ आपको एचएनएलयू दिखेगा, छत्तीसगढ़ में एटलीस्ट।